It's your girl Monét, and welcome to the Exchange Rate. We are back here at the lovely Bill Studios in New York City, down here in Soho, and I am really happy that you guys are all here. It is so dope that you're here because the market may be closed, but bitch, the Exchange Rate is motherfucking open. This weekend was a crazy weekend. I started off Friday in D.C., and you know, that's Washington, D.C., not Washington State. And I tried to drive down to the White House to give him a piece of my mind, but you know, security. So that did not happen. But I also had a great time in D.C., performed for Pride, D.C. Pride. Anyone here from D.C.? Anyone? You're from D.C.? Oh, that sucks. Anyways, so yeah, DC Pride was a lot of fun, and then I flew to LA DragCon, which I had to do my makeup outside of LAX airport because I had to get on the first flight at 4:45, which landed in LA at 8:45, and DragCon started at 10 o'clock, so you know. And I don't have the luxury of being a Valentina and having 8 hours to do my makeup, okay? Had to be quick. But I got there, and that's neither here nor there because it's Thursday, and the Exchange Rate is about to pop off, amen? So we've got a great show for you guys. We have Colman Domingo here. Yeah. We're gonna talk the new season of Fear the Walking Dead. I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of DragCon, but first, let's get into the gig, girl, okay? I gotta drink my cocktail first. Anyone else drinking? Just me? Whatever. Well, first of all, shout out to New York City and this lovely spring weather, right? Why y'all laughing? It's nice weather outside. No? I like overcast. This is perfect drag queen selfie weather, okay? You're outside like, overcast. Stunning, yes, you know. But enough about that. First, today I want to talk about Miss Iggy Azalea. Have you heard this story yet? Oh, look at her, that mole. She should. That was not a read. That's sorry, her beauty mark. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. I used to have a beauty mark, but you know, I since started taking care of my skin, so I don't need to do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Well, not that okay, now this is getting shady. Never mind. So in 2016, flashback to 2016, where Miss Iggy Azalea did a cover for GQ. She was a cover girl in a swimsuit, giving you sex, all that shit. But she is really up in arms right now because some outtakes from the scene went out, and they're exposing her titties across the world. Iggy is, I know, ooh. Like y'all never seen titties before. You know, her tits are out, and she is up in arms. She is upset. She's like, oh my God. Wait, that's not a word. No, mate, I can't believe my tits came out, you know? I don't know, it's Australian. So she's really upset about it. She went on a rampage. She deleted her Twitter. She deleted her Instagram. Now, granted, she don't got like Selena Gomez kind of followers, you know what I mean? You know, she maybe has like 6 or 8 million, but that's still a lot of followers. She deleted all of her social media, and she is pursuing it. She's like, I am not stopping until we take this photographer down, which his name was Nino Munoz. Do you know him? Okay, so what the fuck? So I guess it didn't, well, to be fair, he did not leak them himself, but he took the photographs. And in my mind, even though he says he didn't, I feel like bitch, it is your camera. That's like me going on my phone and be like, how did my dick pics get out there? You know what I mean? Like, bitch, I sent it to someone, they sent it to someone, and internet, hello, here we are, you know what I mean? So I feel like he did this so that because I mean, we're talking about him here, so obviously it worked in some capacity. So she's up in arms, she wants to pursue them. But I don't know how I feel, because here's my thing, okay? I'm Iggy Azalea. I have done music videos popping my Pikachu all around the world. Y'all have seen me twerking on Pole, twerking this and that and the other. So I guess, yes, it is your body. You don't want pics of yourself being out there that you have not solicited, but it's just a little nipple. Our first lady, her tits are all over the internet, okay? You know what I'm saying? In New York City, you can be topless around New York City. Like, so I get why she's upset, but it's just a little nipple, girl. I would show y'all mine, but they're foam, and this won't be as exciting. So, Iggy Azalea, I get it, you're upset, but girl, move on. It's just a little titty, a little nipple, you'll be all right. Amen? Uh-huh. Taking a little sip of my afternoon tea. But this shit is strong. Next up, we have Netflix. Netflix is making a splash again. We all watch Netflix, yeah? Netflix is threatening to stop all filming of their shows that happen in the state of Georgia to band together with the abortion rights drama. So as you know, Alabama has now enforced these abortion laws where you cannot have abortions in Alabama, and Georgia may be on track. So Netflix is like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We are not gonna film in Georgia. And just in case you don't know, Georgia is a major fucking filming place, okay? Avengers was filmed there, Guardians of the Galaxy, them bootleg Hallmark movies, they're all made at them little cheap ass lots in Georgia, okay? So Georgia, the state of Georgia is like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? Even like shows like Ozark. Everyone an Ozark fan? Stranger Things, yeah? No more nosebleeds for any of us, all right? It's gonna suck. So all those things will stop filming, and also Walt Disney Pictures, they're like, oh, you know what? Us too. We're not gonna film anything in Georgia. So Georgia's shitting themselves a little bit, but the shade, fix my wig. The shade of all of this is that the CEO of Netflix we found out that he has been donating to the Republican Party for years. So look at you, you upset. Why you got glasses on in here, sir? You was out at the club twerking last night, so you trying to be incognito. You want to sip of my cocktail till you feel better? No, thank you, okay. So it's like, Netflix, I get what you're doing, but clean up your own house before you're trying to set a precedent and be like, we're not gonna film. You know what I'm saying? It's like, really, Netflix? It honestly feels like everything south of the Mason-Dixon line is on fire, okay? Alabama, Georgia, Florida been a fucking mess. We all know that. But also Missouri is a mess too, because the health department, they are about to refuse to renew the license of the last Planned Parenthood in Missouri. The last one. So it's like the South is really a mess. It's like, South, get your shit together. I mean, it just seems like the South is a fucking mess, and I'm really upset about it. But what is more upsetting for me is Aunt Becky. Have y'all been following this Aunt Becky scandal? I am obsessed. I have my New York Post alerts, my daily news alerts, my New York Times. Anytime someone mentions Aunt Becky, I'm like, yes, give me more, girl. So if you've been living under a rock, you ain't paying your internet bill. Aunt Becky is she's facing up to 40 years in prison. She's going from the full house to the big house, bitch, okay? Prisons are full, so the house is gonna be real full in them prisons in California. She's really fucked up. But the shade of it all is that Felicity Huffman, let me catch you up, Mr. Man with the sunglasses. You don't know you don't know what anything is going on. You're drunk, you're confused, you think I'm Bob the drag queen, I get it, you're confused. Yeah, spoiler alert, bitch, it's not me. Anyway, I'm sorry, Fantasia Barrino, is that who you thought it was? So, in case you don't know, Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, they were part of this scheme which they were paying off this man to help their kids get into these top tier colleges, right? Like Yale, USC, all these schools. So Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, if you don't know, Felicity Huffman is she a girlfriend, Felicity? Okay, well, not her. Oh, Felicity Huffman, she was in Desperate Housewives. Yeah, it's her. Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin aren't Becky. Look, well, hopefully she ain't gonna be a guest here soon. I don't know who the fuck you are. Anyway, so Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, they were part of the scheme, and they went to court. Or they went on their arraignment, sorry. And then Felicity Huffman, she was like, throw the book at me. I'm guilty. I'm a mess. Please, I'm sorry. I apologize. Please, I'm so sorry. Lori Loughlin walked up into the courthouse like, hey, what's up, how y'all doing? She's like, oh, you want an autograph? Okay. I'll see you on the bed. Like living her life, right? So the judge was like, Like the judge was like, I cannot believe you're coming to my courtroom acting like you're at a drag con meet and greet, okay? Like the judge was pissed off. So Felicity Huffman got less than a year. She got 4 to 10 months, and he gave Lori Loughlin up to 40 years in jail, all right? Look at this white lady. She's like, oh my God, it could be me. It won't happen to you, baby. You look like a good person. Yeah, look, your hair is nice and good, yeah. So Lori Loughlin, they did things like Lori Loughlin paid up to $500,000 to bribes to get her daughter into school. Meanwhile, the kids are like, oh, we don't really want a college, we don't really want to learn. We want to go to college to party and like live our lives like it's fucking 2016. You know what I'm saying? 2016, that's before he got elected. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. They're trying to live their lives. I'm like, go to SUNY Purchase, girl. Go to a state school, not USC, not Yale. Like, it's so trash. They even went as far as taking pictures of their daughters. Like, they would like stage photo shoots, like at like a rowing, I don't know what rowing even is. Is that like row your boat kind of? Yeah, crew. Like you know, rich people do like really ostentatious sports, like. What's that thing they do in Canada? Curling. Like, who the fuck is curling? Like, they would set up photo shoots like that to be like, my daughter is on the curling team. My daughter is on the ironing board team. It's like the weirdest shit. So, like, they went above and beyond, and the daughters were like, we had no idea. It's like, bitch, you posed for the picture, right? Iggy, you posed for the picture, right, girl? So you knew. Yes, I said it. Anyway, so that's going on with that. We'll keep out. She's not sentenced yet, but she's facing up to 40 years. But as soon as the story drops, we'll be talking about it here because I am obsessed. Yes? And last but not least, congratulations to motherfucking Elle magazine featuring the first trans person in the on the cover. She's the first out trans person on the cover of Elle. She looks fucking gorgeous. She's from, we watched Pose, she's on Pose. She's one of the fiercest actors on the show, by the way. Such good acting, she's gorgeous. And I wanna give Elle a one up. I think you should feature me on the cover. What do y'all think, yeah? With this wig too, honey. I know, shocker, it's a wig. Anyway, congratulations to Elle. Make some noise for Elle for having India Moore! Beautiful. Gorgeous. So, like I said, this past weekend, I spent my weekend at DragCon. It was amazing. And I want y'all to take a look at some of my fun time I had there. Go ahead.
Well, hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to DragCon
19.
It feels like just a continuation, and that's what we're doing here. We are spreading the what? The love. That's right. All right, are y'all ready? Yes! Yeah!
Y'all got no excuse not to be here. I got on a plane this morning at 5:45 from DC, and I landed. I paid it on the plane, paid in the cab to be here. I'm kidding. I wish you guys were here. Look at my amazing boom! Just jumping out. Love you. Girl, head to DragCon. We can rest and eat. I want to be everybody. He's a man of many talents, a writer, director, and actor on stage and screen. You've seen him in Selma, The Butler, or If Beale Street Could Talk. And this Sunday, he returns to the small screen for the 5th season of Fear the Walking Dead. Everyone, welcome the very handsome Mr. Colman Domingo.
Thank you.
Yes, girl. We are serving patterns on patterns on patterns.
Patterns on top of
I
patterns.
love it. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing very well. It's been a good day in New York.
You look very handsome.
Thank you. You look very gorgeous.
Well, I know. I mean, we all know that. We all know that. We all know that. I love this. I love the boots. He's giving me like these little cowboy.
You know, it's a little Saint Laurent number. Look at
Oh,
that.
oh,
Look at,
oh.
You know, I thought.
Well, I'm
give
rocking
a little
Payless
shoe cam.
logo. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's mentioned in my. Oh my
Look at
God,
that,
you!
look.
I have never met someone to make me look dainty. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. That's cute. So how are you doing? Do you live in New York?
I used to live in New York. I was here for
Used to.
16 years, and then
16.
I moved to the West Coast.
Don't. If you say LA, I'm literally gonna kick you out of this
well,
studio.
you know, sort of.
You where?
I live LA South.
Uh-huh.
I live in like 2 towns down from LA.
Okay, so you live in LA. Don't try it, Queen. I
live in LA.
That's like guys hit you up on Grindr. They're like, I'm in Southwest Williamsburg. It's like, oh, you mean Coney Island? That's not the same thing, girl. Coney Island, girl. When you lived in New York, where in New York were you?
I was on 43rd and 9th.
Yeah,
I was in the housing for actors in strays, you know, called Manhattan Plaza.
Manhattan
Yeah,
Plaza.
it was fantastic. I was there for many years.
Did you
Fantastic.
ever live in Brooklyn though?
Never lived in Brooklyn.
Never in Brooklyn.
Why? Do you live in Brooklyn?
I mean, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn,
Okay.
but now we live in the lovely Hamilton Heights.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's not
I was
that
in Hamilton.
fancy.
I was in Hamilton Heights for a while.
Yeah.
149th and Convent.
149th and Convent.
Exactly. Hey.
That's where my weed dealer used to live.
Oh, yo. How you know I was in your weed deal? I'm a man of many talents.
I know you are. I know you are. Speaking of, like, I mean, you literally have the most. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. You have been on Broadway. You've been on the big screen. Everything. What is one of your proudest moments?
Wow.
On all of them. I know that's hard. He has such a long.
But you know, I think one of my proudest achievements was being a part of the film Selma.
Selma.
Because I felt like it felt like you were really doing something and saying something and really reminding people about, you know, speaking up for their rights, for everyone's rights, because, you know, fighting for your rights are my rights. So I really felt like the whole experience was so beautiful. And just even when we were marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Such a powerful scene. That scene.
You felt the ghosts, the ancestors, and people who, you know, who were on, you know, I know you were standing on their shoulders and you were trying to make a difference. I mean, like, we entertain, and we love to do that. But if you have a moment where you feel like you can turn the dial just a little bit on humanity, it feels so good. So I would say that's that stands out immediately.
Yeah, every time I watch a movie and that scene comes on, literally goosebumps up and down my spine. It is so beautiful, it's so powerful. And I mean, make some noise for that, y'all. Yeah, Selma, beautiful, 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 beautiful. But I mean, speaking of this, If Beale Street Could Talk is also an amazing, beautiful movie. What was one of your favorite moments in this film to do?
Dancing with Regina King.
Dancing with Regina King.
Yeah.
Okay, I stan Regina King. Okay, I love Regina King.
Yes.
She has played a mom. She has played a black mama, a black auntie, and she is
everybody's mom.
everybody's
best friend,
mom. You know what I
auntie.
mean? Especially working. She's amazing. She seems like she is also a cool friend to have
She's
outside
so
of that.
chill, so cool, and the way we came together was just like, there's a scene of us actually like dancing, and that was sort of like captured, and Barry put the cameras up because we were just getting into we felt like our moms and our dads and our uncles and aunts, and we would watch them move and groove together. So we were just in love, and I just loved working. She's so generous and so cool and down to earth, and she's really, really smart. She's so inquisitive. She's always asking questions, but everyone that Barry put together was an extraordinary film. And the biggest thing that I love is that I've become everybody's daddy lately. Whether you call me.
Oh, you can be my daddy right now, girl. I told you backstage, I was like, I will have a wet nap right here, so I don't give myself up because you are so beautiful. And also, when you talk, I'm just like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's to lull you in.
You know what I mean? You know exactly what you're doing too. Anyway, but we first want to play a little game.
Okay.
Called If These Streets Could Talk.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm gonna bring up one of your characters from one of your co-stars in If Beale Street Could Talk.
Okay.
And you have to tell us something that we would never know about that person.
Oh, okay, good.
And
Okay.
I want dirty.
You want dirty?
Yeah,
tea.
I want
Hot
the tea. Hot tea. Calling hot tea. Okay, here we go. First up, Regina King.
Regina King. What you wouldn't know about Regina King is that She loves the ballroom dance.
That's a ballroom dance,
Yeah.
really? Is she like a trained ballroom dancer?
No, but she loves it. She loves it. She can follow in such an extraordinary way. I had her over for New Year's Eve, and she's like, come on, let's do it. And she was just like, we were just going.
Word.
And she says she doesn't like to dance in public, but she kills it.
Oh, Regina King, icon. What about Pedro Pascal? Like I said, Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
That's that Hamilton Heights for y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Pedro Pascal is one of the funniest people that I know. And the first time I met him actually was in I think it was his apartment. He was sharing with Florencia Lozano, another actress, in the East Village about 15 years ago.
Ooh.
And we were down and dirty, drunk, just trash.
See, these are kind of celebrity interactions I want to know about, you know what I mean?
But we were all like, just working, struggling actors.
Yeah.
And, what you can do on a good Saturday night is get a couple of dollars together and a couple models.
Some Four Locos.
Your Four Locos, and just let it all hang out. He throws a good party.
Well, you know what? A funny thing about him, I was back at about a couple months ago. I was at a bar in New York City, and after the bar, I went over to the bodega on 48th Street, and then this man walks in, and he is like, "Oh my God, Monét X Change." I was like, "Hi," but you know me, I'm like, I had a few shots.
Yeah, a couple sips.
And he's like, Monét X Change. I love you. I'm like, sure, let's take a picture. And then later on, he tweeted me, it was Pedro Pascal. He was like fangirling over Monét X Change. I didn't even know he even watched Drag Race. So I'm like, oh my God, marry me. I love you. I want to have Latin children, so let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Love him. What about Diego Luna?
Diego Luna and I, we work out at the same gym.
Really?
Exactly.
Equinox?
I won't tell you which one.
Well, I'll go to Planet Fitness. I ain't ashamed. Okay? Ain't no shame in my game. Brian Henry.
Brian Henry. Oh, the first one that came, but Brian Henry, I'll just say, he was a little, we had a little break during the premiere of If Beale Street Could Talk, and he went home to just, smoke a little bit.
Got it.
Sometimes because we all need to, relax the nerves. Want to press.
Absolutely.
My brother smoked a little bit, and he was like, "I think I may have smoked a little too much." he leaned on me a little bit. I'm like, "Boy, get it together." But he went. It's just all in the field of having a good time.
Nice. And what about Dave Franco? Which I just found out he is James Franco's brother. I had no idea. Excuse me, Franco is a very popular name, okay? James Franco teaches on the block from here, girl, at NYU, so, hey.
Dave Franco is also, he's really a really incredible producer. A lot of people don't know that he's incredible. We're actually working on a film that's going to come out later this year called Zola.
Zola. Okay.
Zola. It's with the A24, and it's about that Zola Twitter feed. Remember that years ago? Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah.
There's a Twitter feed about this, about a young girl who goes from Detroit to Tampa, Florida, and things go awry. She wants to go strip at a club, and then she meets a same, who doesn't?
Yeah.
And then he gets turned out by a down and dirty Nigerian pimp.
Ooh, this sounds good,
Yeah,
girl.
and he's producing that film.
Producing it.
He's a really hands-on producer, and he's really detailed and so kind.
Do you guys happen to be casting a tall black drag queen that looks like Fantasia Barrino?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'll have my people. And last but not least, Stephen James.
Stephen James and I. Stephen James. What don't people know about him? He's actually funny. I think he's very shy.
Is he?
I think he's very shy.
Well, in this picture, he looks like a vampire. He looks like he is Interview with the Vampire, The House Down.
Yeah, I think he'll live forever with that. Look at him. But he's very shy, actually. He's very shy, very, very sweet.
Do you think he's single?
The thing is, I know him so well, and I don't know.
You don't know?
I think he doesn't kiss and tell. I have no idea.
Okay.
Why you you got some thoughts.
No. It's just you and me, baby.
Yeah, it's just you.
Just you and me.
I'm just making sure.
I'll just ask. I just wanted to know. I don't care. I just want to know. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, one of your biggest accomplishments, which Bob and I were actually planning on, we were talking about this the other day, A Boy and His Soul, your autobiographical play. Tell us a little bit about it.
A Boy and His Soul is a show that I wrote when I was working at the 55 bar in the West Village back in like 2004.
Wow.
I was a bartender for many, many years, and that was one of my last bartending jobs, right next to the Stonewall. And so on nights when it would die out around about 1 o'clock to 4 in the morning, I would write. and I was writing, and my parents were going through some illnesses, and music was such a catalyst for me for working things out with whatever I was feeling. And I was going through some rough times. I was a struggling artist in New York City, and the thing that I think someone told me before, that no one can tell you not to create. So you can create wherever you are. And so I was creating this show, and I think the show was sort of saving my life in many ways and keeping me moving as an artist. And I started performing it at that bar on Sundays, you know, because look, I'm from inner city West Philly. You give me something for free, I'll put up a show. Great, wonderful. So
on the A train, it's showtime.
It's showtime. I'm flipping.
Capoeira.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, exactly. I'll have a show for you. So I started there at the 55 bar, and then it eventually, I did it in San Francisco, and then it opened at the Vineyard Theater off Broadway, and then it's played at the Tricycle in London, and I went to Australia with it. And so honestly, it really sort of like, I found my voice as a writer. And I think it was a really unusual sort of coming of age story of like, and sort of a coming out story as well, about how to be a young gay black boy in America. It's not limited. It's just like, it's about good music, about family. It's about expression, and yeah, just trying to really find yourself in the world.
Oh my God, you're amazing. You just talking to me, I'm like, I can write a play too, girl.
Yes, you can.
And it would not be a quarter as amazing as yours.
I think you could.
No, I can't, girl. I can barely read this prompter properly. Here we go. Speaking of the prompter, let's take a sneak peek at the new season of Fear the Walking Dead. Let's take a look.
Don't know if any of you are listening, but if you are, hang in there. We're coming for you. You don't have to be afraid.
That's what people always say when there's something to be afraid of.
I'm aware I have a distinctive timbre. Hearing it now, seeing my face, removing all doubt, you may be inclined to instantly pull the trigger, perhaps involuntarily.
You still talk too much, Victor.
You missed a real shit pie a la mode today, Jimbo.
Morgan. Dwight?
Walking Dead! Okay. So no spoilers, but what happens in the season? I'm kidding.
I think we go full epic. You know, people have been with us watching these characters go from like ordinary people to sort of being their iconic selves, and now that we know who we are in this apocalypse, we're trying to do good now, and we'll see how long that lasts. So I think that's what this season is about.
What do you think? How do you think? Does Victor have a crazy progression this season? Like, what can we expect from Victor?
Yeah,
this
Victor
season?
has always had. He's had such a deconstruction even since season 1, where he was really such a well-made, well-to-do man, really intelligent, smart, and slick, and a bit of a con man. And then he's been
fine as fuck.
And then he's been deconstructed. And so I think he's learning how to be a part of a group, how to find some kindness and some gentleness as well.
Well, and also he has this big struggle of being selfish versus being selfless, because he totes that line a lot in the show. And
I think that's just something that says something when the shit hits the fan. Exactly, who are you, and what are you capable of, and who will you take care of? Will you take care of the group or yourself?
I have to be honest, in situations like that, I'm trying to look outside of myself. I'm like, if I was being chased by zombies,
What would you do?
Worry about me. I will see y'all later. Let's get the other side, girl. You know what I mean? No, but I mean, in those situations, you really do see like what is the tea and how can you really, I guess, be a better person.
Yeah, you know.
And also, you're playing an out gay character.
Yeah.
You know, and that has to be really rewarding and really fair.
It's super rewarding because I love that they didn't lead with that as well. I love that we led with, you got to know how complicated this man was and all his intelligence and all his wily ways. And then suddenly in season 2, you're like, oh, Thomas Abigail, his partner he's been trying to get to, is a man.
Is
and
man.
And that challenges you. It's so much so that I had one conversation with a guy on Instagram he was actually really upset about it. He thought because he thought Victor Strand was his hero, was this masculine.
Oh, Lord.
No, but it was a great conversation because I actually responded. I said, you know what? I said, let's talk about it. So I took him out privately and I said, hey, he could still be a hero. What's the problem? Because he thought that somehow that because he was gay, he was no longer as masculine as whatever it was that he thought in his mind. And so it was a teachable moment, I think, for him and for me. It was like, sometimes you have to engage. And I think it was a great way because actually we left that conversation. He said, thank you so much for talking to me. He said, Victor's still #1 with me. And I think it takes
discourse, positive discourse.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing because I feel like as a world community, we have lost the ability to have discourse and then to disagree. But you use it as a teachable moment, and now this person is more informed. Whether it's me, I would block.
But see, that's the problem I think that we have sometimes too. That we block because we don't want to hear something different instead of saying, okay, I hear you. Now let me hear. Now let's actually take the noise down a little bit and let's listen to each other. You know, come with kindness and love.
Thank you. That's great. Speaking of discourse, we have one more game to play today called Eat It or Beat It.
Okay.
Yes, full innuendo is allowed. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna bring up cheers.
Cheers to that.
Everyone, cheers.
Cheers. Beat it.
You know, I think in the future with the show, we're gonna have shots. Every time we do a game, we're gonna do a shot.
Yeah. I'll be.
Well, I mean,
by the end of this.
well, you babying that drink a little bit. I'm about done. So we're gonna bring up one of your famous friends.
Okay.
And you have to say whether they're gonna eat it or beat it.
If they're gonna eat it or beat it?
No, if you want to eat it or beat it, whoever it is.
Okay.
And then,
well, what am I saying when I say?
Well, you use your imagination. I trust you, Mr. Coleman.
Okay.
You tell me what eat it means. You tell me what beat it means. Okay. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Number one. Here we go. Strap on in, y'all. Here we go. Lenny James.
First of all, I'm trying to figure out what I want. Do I want to eat it or beat it? Lenny James, beat it.
Beat it. Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Frank Delane.
Eat it.
Okay. I guess the head is just something to hold on. Got it. All right. Kim Dickens.
Oh, eat it.
Eat it, all right? First of all, okay, this is Drag Queen 101. Look at this titty contour, bitch. She's given us the illusion of a D cup, but you know this is at a strong B, okay? I'm just saying. All right, here we go. What about Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Cuba Gooding Jr. Beat it.
Beat it! No, don't all, bitch. She is 5'2", okay?
Cuba, I love you. I love you, Cuba.
David Oyelowo.
David Oyelowo. He could beat it.
Well, you know what? He married, in 2019. That don't matter, but I'm just saying. You know she married. What about this next one? Eat it or beat it?
Eat it. Because it pays the bills.
And the last one, eat it or beat it.
Ooh. Eat it.
Cheers. Make the night my day. Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, don't miss the return of Fear the Walking Dead this Sunday on AMC. Yeah. That's all for tonight. If you are in Portland this weekend, look out for me. I'm coming into Portland Pride. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait to be there. But until then, come back next Thursday. And don't forget to get your currency in check, honey. Peace!